Hola, hola, buenas tardes jóvenes, espero que se encuentren muy bien el día de hoy. El motivo de este video es básicamente para cubrir la clase del día de hoy que no pude estar con ustedes y pues precisamente para no dejar de practicar con las actividades que nosotros debemos de estar realizando. Y básicamente pues espero poderlos ver mañana y seguir ya con las clases normales como las deberíamos de haber llevado. ¿Ok? Primero que nada agradecerles por su comprensión y segundo pues vamos a empezar con esta sesión en la cual vamos a trabajar Comparative Adjectives and Superlative Adjectives. So let's start with this. First of all, what are comparative adjectives? Well, comparative adjectives are words used to compare the difference between two things, two objects, two animals. Okay, the differences. For example, this square is smaller, and the second square is bigger. So you have smaller and you have bigger. But how you make the comparative words? Well, usually we make the comparative words by adding er to the word. Like, for example, to make a comparative word, you must change the adjective to the comparative form. For example, small, smaller. Okay? But what are the rules that we need to follow in order to make the comparative words? Okay, so comparative adjective rules are the following. With regular one syllable adjectives, we add er to make the comparative form. So one syllable adjectives. For example, fast is one syllable only, fast. Okay, to make it comparative, you're going to say faster. Okay, with regular one and two syllable adjectives ending in y, we remove the y and add ier to make the comparative form. We say, for example, happy, so you say happier. So you can make the example, teacher Juan is happier than teacher Laura, for example, okay? Or you can say teacher Dani is happier than teacher Claudia. But not only happy, funny. For example, funny, it ends in consonant and y. In that case, so you can say funnier. So you can say Laura is funnier than Lupita. Okay? So examples, happy, the letter Y is going to disappear and you're going to add IER. With adjectives that end in one syllable, that end in a single vowel followed by a single consonant, the consonant is double and you add ER. For example, those that finish in consonant, vowel, consonant, and they are only one syllable. For example, big. Big is consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay? You double the last consonant and you have to add ER. As you can notice, consonant, vowel, consonant, one syllable, then you double the last consonant and add ER. Big, bigger. Okay? With two syllable adjectives that don't end in Y and all three syllable adjectives, we add more before the adjective. So, for example, long adjectives, you can say expensive, so more than two syllables. You can say intelligent. There are more than two syllables, okay? Usually, when you have those like more than two syllables or that they don't end in Y, so you are going to add more and then the adjective. For example, beautiful. It is not possible to say beautifuler than. No. Why? Because beautiful has more than two syllables. Beautiful. Okay? So then you say, Claudia is more beautiful than Lupita. Or my house is more beautiful than your house. Okay? So with long adjectives, you are going to use more before the adjective. But there are also comparative adjectives that they are irregular adjectives. Okay? So those irregular adjectives usually they do not change within the subject. I mean within the tenses in this case. For example, irregular adjectives don't follow these rules, so you must memorize them. So, example, good is not possible to say gooder, okay? No, it is not correct. So you are going to say better. For good, better, okay? For example, the chocolate milk is better than the vanilla milk, okay? So better, that means mejor, okay? So bad is going to be into worse, okay? English is worse than maths. English is worse than maths. So you say, el inglés es peor que las matemáticas. So you can say far. Far, that means lejos. So farther, más lejos o más lejano. Okay? So you can say Sabinas is further than Muskis. It's an example. I'm not sure. Okay? But you can say Sabinas is farther than Muskis. Okay? Más lejano. Okay? You can use also well, but with well, you are going to say better. Okay? With much, you are going to say more. And with many, you are going to say more. Okay? So you have to memorize those irregular adjectives because there is no rule for you to change them. Why? Because they are irregular. As well as in the verbs, we have irregular verbs. Within the adjectives, we have irregular adjectives. Just to remember, remember that we have 4 rules over there. Rule number 1, short syllables, like one syllable, you are going to add ER to the syllable or to the adjective, I'm sorry, to make it comparative. For example, tall, taller. For example, Daniel is taller than Juan. Or you say short. For example, you say Claudia is shorter than Juan. Okay? Another that you can use in this case, it should be fast. Okay? My car is faster than your car. In the rule number 2, we said that with short adjectives, one syllable ending in consonant, vowel, and consonant, the thing that you have to do is double the last consonant and then you are going to add er than. The example that I gave you, it was big because it's consonant, vowel, consonant. So you double the last consonant and you add er. In this case, it should be bigger. We have the rule number 3 that it says that whenever we have 2-syllable adjectives ending in a consonant and y, you are going to take out y and you are going to change it by IER. Okay? Happy, happier. Okay? Crazy, crazier. Okay? So those are the things that you have to remember. With long adjectives, 2 or more syllables, you are going to add more before the adjective. More beautiful, more intelligent, more expensive. Okay? But also, as I told you, we have irregular adjectives that they don't follow the rules, so you have to memorize them. Good, better. Bad, worse. Far, further. Well, better. Much, more. Many, more. Now, We also have superlative adjectives. Teacher, superlative adjectives, comparative adjectives, how can I make a difference between them? Well, what are superlative adjectives? Superlative adjectives are words that are used to compare the difference between three or more things. Okay, remember the comparatives are used to make the difference between two things, only two. The superlative are three or more things. Imagine that we have three people: the teacher Claudia, the teacher Juan, and the teacher Danny. Okay? You know all of them. You can say Claudia is tall, Juan is taller, but Danny is the tallest. So you are making a comparison between three people. Teacher Daniel is tallest of the three. The teacher Danny is the tallest of the three. El teacher Daniel es el más alto de los tres. Okay? So you say, in this case, big, bigger, and biggest. Okay? How do you make the superlative adjectives? Well, to make the superlative adjective word, you must change the adjective to the superlative form. Most of the times, you are going to add est to make the superlative. For example, small, smaller in the comparative, but in the superlative, smallest. Pequeño, más pequeño, el más pequeño. Okay? As well as we have rules for the comparative forms, we have rules for the superlative adjectives. They are very, very similar. The only difference that we are going to have over here is the ending, okay? The last part of the word is going to be the difference over here. The rules are very, very similar. For example, with regular one-syllable adjectives, we add est to make the superlative form. Example, fast, faster. But in the superlative, fastest. Rápido, más rápido, el más rápido. With regular one and two syllable adjectives that end in y, we remove the y and add iest to make it the superlative form. Okay, those were like very, very similar from the comparatives. Okay, so you say happy, happier, happiest. Okay, you change the letter y and you add iest. With adjectives that end with a single vowel followed by a single consonant, you double the last consonant and then you add est. For example, big, bigger, remember in the comparative, but in the superlative, biggest. So you say grande, más grande, el más grande. With two-syllable adjectives that don't end in y and all three-syllable adjectives, we add the most before the adjective. For example, beautiful in the comparative, more beautiful. In the superlative, the most beautiful. If you translate that, it says hermosa, más hermosa y la más hermosa o el más hermoso, the most beautiful. Okay? As well as we have irregular adjectives in the comparatives, we are going to have irregular adjectives in the superlatives. Remember, good in the comparative is better, but in the superlative is best. Remember that the irregular adjectives do not follow the rules that we were saying or that we were working with. so you must memorize them. So you say bad in the comparative words and the superlative words. Far in the comparative further and in the superlative furthest. Well is better, best. Much, more, most. Many, more, most. Let's remember how to make the superlative forms. Remember that with short adjectives, one syllable, you are going to add est. Okay? Tall, tallest. Short, shortest. Small, smallest. Okay? With short adjectives, one syllable, two syllables, ending in a consonant, vowel consonant, you double the last consonant, and then you have to add est. Big. Big is consonant, vowel, consonant. So you are going to say biggest. You double the letter G, and then you add est. We said that adjectives, two-syllable adjectives, ending in a single vowel and a consonant, ending in a single vowel and the letter Y, you are going to change the letter Y by IER. Let me correct something. I say ending in a vowel, but it is ending in consonant and Y. I'm so sorry, I apologize. So adjectives, short adjectives ending in a consonant and Y, you are going to change the letter Y to IEST. For example, happy is going to be happiest. Crazy is going to be craziest. We also said that two-syllable adjectives or more that they do not end in Y, you are going to use the most at the very beginning of the adjective. So you say the most intelligent, the most beautiful, the most gorgeous, the most expensive. Okay? But also remember, I told you that we have irregular adjectives that they do not follow the rules as well as in the comparatives. And you have the chart in here, like good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, far, further, furthest, etc., etc. Just to finish with this and to set up more examples, you can see over here in a graphic what I was telling you. So you're going to have tall, you're going to have taller, and you're going to have tallest. So you have three people. Comparatives is between two people. Tall, taller. But superlatives is a comparison between more than two people. So tall, taller, tallest. For example, you have in here old, older, oldest. Old, older, oldest. You have fast, faster, and fastest. Well, I hope that you have understood all of the rules for the comparatives and superlatives. Just remember, comparative forms are used only with two things, two objects, or two animals, okay? And the superlative, three or more, okay? So you have to have that in mind. I hope you have enjoyed the class, and thank you very much. Just be on time and check all of the homework that I'm going to send you for today. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed the class, and I see you tomorrow. I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.